Hi, I'm here with Michelle Tomlinson from, you guys know her from a previous issue of Cult Goddess Magazine, and we're going to do an audio interview right now and find out some new up-to-date stuff. And say hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Yeah, I knew she was going to do that too.
Hi, Jason.
People who don't know you from the magazine already probably do know you from the Cellar Door, which was
Yes.
a movie that you kind of hit the horror scene with.
Yes. I loved shooting that film. It was written by fantastic Christopher Nelson, and my co-star was James Dumont, directed by Matt Zattel, produced by Hilary Six. Our DP was a wonderful woman named Skye Borgman, and it was an amazing, amazing time. I loved shooting that film.
And I've heard some rumors that there may be a sequel on the horizon.
Some rumors are true, my dear. Yes. There is a sequel to The Cellar Door that is, the script is actually pretty amazing because a lot of sequels are basically the same exact thing as the original, but just a little different. And the script for the sequel to The Cellar Door is taking it to a completely different realm that keeps the two main characters the same as far as the characters are still in it, but puts them in much different circumstances, and there's more characters added to it, higher stakes as far as running through forest and woods. It's ooey gooey, gross, bloody, and fun. It's a delicious script.
And for those listening who don't know who the main characters are and such, get your ass over to Netflix and watch The Cellar Door, or better yet, buy it and catch Michelle at a convention and make her sign it. Before we get into more movie stuff, let's talk real quick about what you've been doing with yourself lately with an organization called Guardians of the Children. Did I get that right?
Yeah, Guardians of the Children. You did. Yes, thank you. Guardians of the Children is awesome. It all started back when I was, last November, I think. My friends David Timberly and I drove from Los Angeles to Texas to the Bloodbath Film Festival, and on our way back, in the middle of the night, in the middle of absolutely nowhere, I ran into a gaggle of bikers, which I'm like, I'm instantly in their face to talk to them about their bikes and what have you, because I love them. And I met this gentleman named Ranger, who then told me all about the Guardians of the Children and a toy drive they had last Christmas. And I was able to, through actually you, Mr. Jason McCory, through you and some of my other friends who contributed to the toy drive, and then everybody that they already had contributed to the toy drive. But the toy drive was super successful with over 300 gifts and stuff and things that the kids needed. And the Guardians of the Children itself is an organization that is run by bikers that heeds to the needs of children who are either homeless or in extremely unfortunate situations with their current home life. And part of what they do is, one of the many things anyway, is if let's say you're 12 years old and your stepfather does something god-awful to you, and you need to go to court with your stepfather and actually testify against him to get him locked up, well, most of your friends are then going to be 12 years old, so you're not going to have a lot of support in the actual courtroom itself. So part of what these people do is they become friends with these kids in need, and they let them know that, hey, listen, not all adults are your stepfather. Not all adults are going to be bad for you and treat you with disrespect and beat you and stuff like that. And they befriend these kids, and they will actually show up to their court dates and be in the, I guess you'd call it audience, for lack of a better term, but be in the courtroom for them for the moral support that the kids need during their darkest hours. And it's a national organization. In fact, Dee Snider from Twisted Sister is a part of the New York chapter, and I just recently became an honorary member of the Steel Horses chapter in Texas. And they do nothing but take care of a lot of kids in a lot of need in different situations. It's amazing. They're really amazing people.
That's an interesting group because it's you hear about groups that give stuff and things like that, but not a lot that actually offer support in that way. So that's kind of amazing.
Yeah, there's something else. I mean, they offer support, they offer sanctuary, they offer solace, they offer friendship, and it's all above the board. There's nothing kinky about it or weird about it, and I'm so incredibly honored and so incredibly proud to be a part of that type of organization because it gives back, and like you said, it does give a tremendous amount of support.
And now you have to get a motorcycle.
I know. It's so on my to-do list. I really need to do that.
And one of your the other organizations that you work with is among my favorites. Is the Wolf Sanctuary out there?
Yes.
That.
If I could talk, it'd be better. Wolf Mountain Sanctuary is a place in I think it's the Lucerne Valley. It's a couple hours outside of Los Angeles, and it's run by a woman named Tanya Littlewolf, and she literally has, I would say, my guesstimation is 10 or so wolves on her property, and takes care of them. And she has a lot of injured wolves that people try to have pets, and they don't know what the hell they're doing with a wild animal, and she takes care of them and heals them back to where they need to be and provides them a very safe environment in which to live and roam and howl and be crazy. And it's a beautiful, beautiful place. Their website is wolfmountain.com, and they are always needing charities. It's a 501c3, just like Guardians of the Children, both 501c3s, nonprofit organizations. And it's going there is unlike anything else you can ever experience. You're actually getting to play with wild animals and be right front center to them when they're howling.
And people are getting to see those pictures right now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so.
My mom almost had a heart attack when she saw it. Michelle, that wolf could swallow your entire head.
Parents always love pictures like that. And that brings us into our next movie we'll talk about, is when people see a picture of you sticking your head in a wolf's mouth, they think you must be brain dead. And
nice segue.
A little bit forced, but I thought it was all right. And you've got some news about Braindead.
Braindead is a fabulously fun horror-comedy, as I would say. It's a horror comedy directed by Mr. Kevin Tenney himself, who directed Witchboard, who's of Night of the Demons. Kevin is I call him my iconic horror legend director, but more than that, he is an awesome guy. He is such a cool person and a very good friend of mine, and I just respect the hell out of him. Him and his wife and family are all very amazing people, and Braindead is a very campy, what happens when 6 people get stuck in a cabin zombie flick, and it's a lot of fun, and it came out on October 12th, and on DVD everywhere. It had a short theatrical release all over the place, and it's already been out in DVD in China and Germany, I believe. But a very, very cool film. It's getting a lot of good reviews right now, especially with the people of KillingBox.com, and it's doing very, very well. It kicked ass in the festival circuit.
All right.
I get to play a very tough, ballsy lesbian who has problems trying to hook up with her friend, and things just go south from there.
All good movies, things go south.
Things go south.